Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Total Takeover Hangout this Friday, April the 24th. I'm Andrew Morgan in Waco, Texas. We have some great information for you today, and without further ado, over to you, Carl.
Great, thanks, Andrew. Today we're going to talk about a variety of topics, I'm sure. In regards to, the ways that we market online, the things that we do, what we need to do, and so forth. So Rob is going to be, he's only here for a short time, so I'm going to be getting Rob right on here right away. So Rob, over to you. You can open up the show with whatever topic you want.
Okay, well, thanks, Carl, and hello to everybody. And I am extremely excited with the changes coming to Total Takeover for sure. So we're all anxiously awaiting. We don't have a time yet or any definites, but we know very, very soon, maybe prior to the next cutoff. We'll see. Not that I know anything. But what I encourage everybody listening to today to do is to continue to build your downline, continue to advertise, continue to build your downline, which really is building your list. Keep putting in those pre-enrollees. Keep going over to the contact manager and seeing who you've got, following up with those folks, making a personal connection. Reach out and give them a call. Let them know that there are changes coming. There's some things that we know about, like the $45 new price coming. We're still going to have the $5 test drive. So lots of excitement, new tools, new design for the website. It's just a matter of timing. So don't sit and wait for it to be live before you tell anybody. Build your downline, build the excitement. What I also been doing is I've been doing a lot of work on my YouTube channel, and everybody's entitled and welcome to check it out. You can go to robgearing.com and certainly subscribe. I do, just like we have the Hangouts here, I do a 8:30 Hangout every Sunday night, so everybody who's listening is welcome. Again, tools, techniques, tips. I own Traffic Leads to Income VM. It's a viral mailer. I teach a marketing system called Traffic Leads to Income, and I help people build their list. And I certainly can help anybody within Total Takeover to build their list that can bring people right into Total Takeover. So we call it a funneling system. Total Takeover being the primary business on the inside, and your list being on the outside. I'd like to thank Carl for showing me how to do these Hangouts. It's really great. It goes right to YouTube. People can watch it on YouTube. They can watch it on Google+. It's all archived, recorded. It doesn't get any better than that. And unfortunately, I'm short on time today. I'm going to stay as long as I can, but I'm going to be ducking out of here. But I just wanted to come on. I hadn't been on for a couple of weeks. Fridays sometimes are tough for me. But any chance I have a spare moment on a Friday at 1 o'clock, I want to come over and say hi. And I'm sure there'll be some Fridays where I'm available to stay for the entire time. So I'm here to help, support, as well as all these folks on the panel are. And I have a special bonus for everybody today. Since I kind of cheat you on time and I'm not going to be here too long, if you go to Traffic Leads to Income VM, if you're not a member, you can join. So trafficleadstoincomevm.com. If you're already a member, log in, go to the promo code area, and type in TTO Live, all lowercase. I'm sorry, scratch that. No, not TTO Live. That's not the code. TTO Radio. So again, trafficleadstoincomevm.com, join and/or log in, go to where it says enter promo code, and type in TTO Radio, TTO RADIO, for 10,000 advertising credits. Yes, you heard me right, 10,000 advertising credits. And I have over 10,000 subscribed members there, so you can literally, for the most part, hit the entire membership with your TTO splash page, your TTO lead capture page. Certainly, I'm here to give you a tool and a resource to drive pre-enrollees into your business, and I appreciate Carl giving me the opportunity to do just that. And I look forward to getting with you, Andrew, getting with you, Joan, down the road. I'm going to listen a little bit maybe to a few things you got to say today. But again, I'm going to be ducking out soon. But thanks, everybody. Hope to see you on my Hangout Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And just market the crap out of your lead capture splash page. Market the crap out of TTO. Bring in those pre-enrollees and position them for the upgrade and make some money. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Rob. You know, and Rob and his team, I mean, they're driving pre-enrollees in every single day. You know, just with that resource and a few other resources that they're doing. And you know what? This is why I invited Rob on to actually mention this, because what I want to talk about today is value. Okay, value is the number one thing that you need to provide to anybody today online. You know, if anybody's going to come and work with you, it's going to be related to the value that you are providing. Okay? And here's a perfect example of value that Rob provides to the people of Total Takeover. Okay? Now, you know, again, what he was offering today has nothing to do with Total Takeover directly. It's not about going and joining Rob in Total Takeover or anything. It's about getting yourself into a mailing system that allows you to promote to people your particular affiliate link. Okay, so it's not, you're not moving anywhere. I need to make sure this is all clear to everybody. It's not like we're telling you to move from there to here. That's not it. All you're going to do is you're going to use a resource that we're providing for you, or that Rob is providing for you, so that you can create sales for your Total Takeover. Okay? Drive in the leads, that sort of thing. You know, I have previously on these Hangouts provided like my 90-day my 90-day action plan, right? And a few other resources, such as the traffic resources that I'm using to drive hundreds of people every day to my lead site. And I gave you these resources for free a while ago, if you remembered that. Okay? And you know, there's Andrew, who does a total different look at the way he does business, and he might come on and talk about that today too. You know, about what he does. He does a little, his more offline and more belly-to-belly type of marketing than the online type. Okay, I mean, myself, there's a lot of things that I add as incentives to many people. You know, in one of the other things that I do outside of Total Takeover, I'm actually thinking of adding it on to my Total Takeover thing because it's working so well in my other thing, is that what I offer when people join me in my other business, okay, is I offer them 1 month of paid traffic to their affiliate link on me, okay, because I have traffic resources that I can use that drive a lot of traffic. And you know, as you're building your business in TTO, you know, for those that are members of TTO, there's a good possibility that I will share this technique with you so that you can offer the same thing to anybody in your business to drive this business. Okay? I'm not going to offer it now, but there's a good possibility I will. Okay? Now, why? Here's the biggest thing that we are finding in this industry today. Okay? People are frustrated as heck. Okay? In this industry, they're frustrated beyond belief. You know, the biggest thing is no one wants to join my program. No one wants to do this. When they join, they don't stay. Okay? These are the biggest things. You know, I'm sure the panelists agree with that. You know, and any of you listening will probably agree with that. And here's the reason why. It goes back to that one singular word, value. You've got to provide value. Ever since I started my new way of marketing, okay, I completely did a 180-degree turn in my marketing online. And I did that about 2 weeks ago, and since I've done that, I'm creating roughly about $1,000 a week now. Okay? It's crazy. I just trained Joan on this, and yesterday Joan finally experienced a sale, okay, in a very long time. But it took me only what, Joan, 2 or 3 days, I think, to teach you this technique. And we got that down, and now she knows exactly how to drive sales in. Now, I do it in many different ways, okay? I've changed my marketing strategy to a different format, okay? And I'm not going to talk about that on here today because I don't want to ruffle any feathers with people or anything like that. But the point is that I have decided now that I need to highly focus on the needs of people, okay? You know, as marketers, sometimes we get carried away and we don't think about what the needs of people are. All we're thinking about is how much money we need to make every month, okay? And what I've come to realize is that that's not what you focus on. If you start focusing on providing value first, absolutely first, the money flows. And since I've made this 180-degree turn, focused on providing the best value I possibly could, the sales just roll in. I don't even have to work hard for them anymore. Okay? So this is why I wanted Rob to mention what he did today. You see, he provides value. He offered now to anybody in TTO to come into his viral mailing system, and he'll give you 100 or 10,000 credits for advertising in there. Okay? Now, these are like solo ad type credits and stuff like that. These are people that will actually see your advertisement. Okay? So when you're providing value like that, you know that your advertiser is going to be hit. It's not like a traffic exchange where, you know, people will do automated stuff in there. You know, all these traffic exchanges, you know, 90% of them are on automation. Well, if 90% are on automation, who the hell's watching them? Right? And this has been my biggest point with a lot of this stuff out there. If everybody is automating everything, then who the hell is watching anything? If you go and automate everything that you do on a daily basis, and everybody else decides to do the same thing, who's looking at your advertising? Nobody, right? And this has been my biggest beef with everybody who wants to go fully automated on everything. If you go fully automated, nobody is seeing anything. This is why push button marketing, or push button, easy button, or whatever you want to do it, whatever you want to say, does not work effectively. It makes it easy for you. You click a button and everything just goes. But if nobody is going in there and actually looking at what you're advertising, what's the point? So that's why I tell everybody that marketing online can never be 100%. It can't be. Okay? You have to go in and spend, I would say, 20% out of the 100% manually doing things. And you know, in my new form of marketing, I actually teach you that along with a buddy of mine, Billy. We teach you exactly what you do with that 20%, and the rest of it is automated. Okay. But only 80%. If you go beyond that and you don't make any money, then you need to ask yourself, why am I not making any money if everything is on automation? Because if everybody's doing the same thing you're doing, nobody is seeing your advertising. It's just going there on a blank wall someplace and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and nobody's watching. So I show you what you do with that 20% of time to get people to see your stuff, ask you for your link so they can buy from you. Okay? And until you do this process, your sales are going to end up like this. Okay? This is a technique that affiliate marketers use. Okay? Not network marketers, affiliate marketers. What I've done is I've blended the two together. That's what I've done. And it is now creating me significant money on a daily basis. You know, I've always told everybody that you need to make, you know, if you want to make $5,000 a month, you need to make $166 a day. That's what you need to focus on. $166 a day is like $4,980, something like that. Okay, that's $5,000 a month. So you've got to pick whatever that number is that you want to achieve. You pick that number and you divide it by 30, and that's how much you need to make every day. Maybe it's only $1,000 a month. Maybe it's $1,500. Divide it by 30, and that's the amount of money you need to make every day. You know, yesterday I was doing some work. I was creating some marketing strategies and stuff yesterday, and I didn't do hardly any marketing at all. And I had $200 in sales that came in yesterday. $200. My goal is 166. So I did pretty good yesterday, considering I didn't do any advertisement, because the advertisement I had done over the past week and that 20% of manual labor I did created that yesterday. Created the $150 before that, the day before. Who knows what I'm going to make today? I haven't checked yet. But it's because I have decided that I need to focus on you. I need to focus on the people out there, what their needs are, and provide serious value for that. Okay? So this is my take on discussion today. I'm going to hand it over now to Joan. Let her come in with that, and then we're going to go to Andrew and see if there's anybody waiting on the phone. So over to you, Joan.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to show off my beautiful lilacs that I got out of my garden. Everything is out in bloom here in BC, and it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I want to give recognition to Carl, because for the first time in my life, I'm understanding what I need to do to be successful online. I've been in network marketing for 25 years, and I've done well in some of my network marketing programs that I've been in, because I was into health-related programs that helped me, and that was the way that I promoted my network marketing business. But I had to come to the realization that many of you here online that are listening today have got to understand that things have changed. Now, there are so many programs out there promoting health. There is a variety of companies promoting health that are not even in network marketing, and it's become a very difficult venue to really move forward and to make a lot of money, because so many people are involved in it. So when I talked to Carl and told him my dilemma, he said, we've got to get you on a different road. We've got to get you involved in marketing that doesn't involve having a downline and all of the different components that go into network marketing. And I told him that I was working online, but I wasn't getting anywhere. And he said, well, you're just not doing the right things, and it's time to change. So as difficult as it was for me, I accepted the challenge, and with Carl's amazing ability to get through my thick skull, I'm finally seeing results, and I'm excited. I'm really excited, because I realized that you can't keep doing the same old in such a fast-moving, changing world. And it's because of the internet that life has gotten to be much more complicated, and it's become a different world that we live in for making money, and especially if you're using the internet to do so. So it's really important that we sort of reevaluate what we're doing, and if it's not making us the money, if we're on the computer all day long and at the end of the day we haven't made anything, then something is very, very wrong. We're not doing the right things. and we need to learn what those right things are that we need to do. And so that's what I've decided to do, and it's been a real learning curve. I'm the first one to admit that there were times at the end of the day that I was sitting with tears in my eyes because I just felt so absolutely out of sync with what I was learning. But you know what? You know what kept me going? Number one was my desire to see a change and to be able to make money online. Number two was that I had a mentor that didn't give up on me. And that is something that is so important, to know that there's somebody there that cares and is willing to work you through it. And number three is the value that I see in what I'm being taught. If I can reach out and help other people to do exactly what Carl's done for me, to me that's the most important thing in the world, because I want to help other people make money. I want to help other people get out of the turmoil that they're in their lives, losing their jobs, not having the money to put food on the table for their kids, not being able to do just the mundane things in life that you take for granted when you have money, that people who don't have money can't do. And that simple thing is maybe taking your kid to a movie, or being able to share in an outdoor sport, or being able just to go and visit family in another area. It is getting to the point today that people are being closeted into a lifestyle that they don't want, but they don't know how to get out of it. We're here to help you to get out of it. We're here to take away that fear that you live with every day of losing your job. We're here to give you direction and guidance to be able to not only put food on the table for yourselves, but to help others to do the same. And that's the value that Carl is talking about. When you're in programs that make you even $50 a day, if you made $50 a day for a whole month, that would put $1,500 into your family's pocket. If you made $100 a day, that'd be $3,000. If you made $150, that'd be over $4,000 a month. How many people bring home a paycheck that gives them that much money in their pocket today? All of the things in life are changing, and if you want to move forward and be able to provide for your family, you have to step out of the box. You have to change too. And that's what we're here to help you do. And that's what I'm committed to do. I know Carl's committed to that. I know Andrew is. I know Rob is. All of us are here to help you. But what do you need to do? You need to step up to the plate and say, I want help. Once you step up to the plate and say, I want help, I want change, I want to do things differently, we're here to help you. And we want to see you be successful. And so all you have to do is put up your hand and say, hey, I need some help. And once you do that, we're here to guide you to what you need to do to get where you need to be and where you want to be.
Thanks, Joan. That's exactly it. You know, it's a lot of it has to do with your own personal commitment to yourself. You know, the one thing that I'm really big on, okay, is making sure that you reach the needs of what people want. Okay, you are a solution provider. Okay, in any business that you're in, you're a solution provider. So your job is to find out what the need is and provide the solution. Here's one thing that I tell my team all the time. If you can show people how they can create money on a daily basis and they go out and do that, your credibility with them will be enormous. And that's why a lot of times, you know, when it comes to network marketing, sometimes I need to put my network marketing business as my back end rather than my front end. Okay? It all depends on circumstance. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is that sometimes if people are looking for immediate cash that they need today or tomorrow, then you find something that can provide them with that. Once you do that and they start making money, you have earned a friend for life. So when you do that, they will listen to anything else that you have to offer them. Now, here's the difference with a lot of stuff today. And this is why, like I said, I combine affiliate marketing with network marketing. I put the immediate need or the immediate income need first, and then the long-term income need second. Now, that makes sense to a lot of people. But majority of people today, because layoffs are happening and people's unemployment's running out and everything, they're scattering and looking for an immediate income need. And there are more of those online today than you can imagine. Okay? And they work beautifully with something like TTO. Okay? They have the immediate cash that comes in, and with the low cost of TTO now, going from $89.95 to $45 a month, now the acceptability of getting involved in a business has just increased for them. So you create that money on the front end that they can use to pay on the back end to create that residual income. It doesn't matter what business you're in. You just have to figure out the solution to provide it to people. So let's go over to Andrew, because I know Andrew's got lots of solutions there. So, you know, break it out, man. Over to you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Rob, for your offer. Awesome, great content so far. You know, let me see. What do I want to do? Well, first of all, I want to kind of say what I have to say that kind of reiterates what everybody has talked about so far. That seems to be what I do all the time. I'm like a parrot. Polly want a cracker? Polly want a cracker. Okay. So, do you want a cracker? Polly want a cracker. Parroting is what leaders tend to do, and whenever somebody says something that sounds really brilliant and it's open source, it's not really a quote. It's more like a set of words and verbiage that communicates an idea in marketing. Another marketer hears it and goes, "Oh, that's brilliant. That's good," and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to give you credit for the first 2 times, but after that, it's mine, baby. You know, so we all have all of these things that we say that we've learned and picked up over the years that we all say and do because they're true. You know, there's rhetoric and, you know, as good as, but it's not the same. So rhetoric is as good as things that are, you know, on TV, or lots of rhetoric on TV commercials. This new toothpaste works as good as the one that you're used to. Well, it's not the one you're used to, and as good as is kind of, you know, ambiguous, and so it may not work as good as, even though you say it is, and that's what rhetoric is. I like to deal with results-based things and with passion things. In other words, things I like. I might not be getting results with different things, but I like the study, and I may like to develop it into something that actually gets results later down the road. So that has to do with wants and needs. So dealing with people's wants, I mean, dealing with people's needs doesn't necessarily make us money. I know a lot of people that need AA, but they don't want it. So they're not going to get the help. And I know a lot of people that need to make money, but they don't want to make money because they're not going to do what it takes to make money. So I need to focus my efforts on needs that have wants attached to them, and that's in a market that has a huge demand for whatever it is that I have in order to maximize my efforts and actually have success. So that said, personally, what I like to do is involve myself in things that take care of my needs, because I want my needs taken care of. And whenever I first started in this industry, It was 34 years ago. I was looking for a way to make money right now. I needed money like days ago, and I came across network marketing, and they showed me this plan, and man, I lit up like a Christmas tree. And they told me, here's the money you're looking for, and an extra $10,000 or $15,000 a month potential on top of that, and it'll take you 3 to 5 years. And I was like, oh, okay. And I forgot all about the money I needed today. So I went out and started hustling up the money above and beyond what I needed today in order to do the 3 to 5 year thing, and completely forgot about what I needed to do today. All right? So there went my network marketing dysfunctional thing where I tried to beg a lot of people into business, and it didn't work. And then I learned things, and as I learned things, things changed, and I'm really glad I went that route today because I like who I am today. All right, rambling, but let me get to the point here. I'm wanting to pick up and show something. I can't do that. Let me just say it. Personally, my main focus in my personal adventures is I buy gold. Okay, there's only 2 ways to make money, and that's with people or with money. And if you have the money to make money with, then using money to leverage things to make instant money is what we'd want to do. So I buy gold. Let me tell you why. I can take and buy gold from an individual that's going to sell it for peanuts down the street and give them more money than what they're going to get down the street. But at the same time, I can take it to the foundry, and I can convert it for Federal Reserve notes. And then what I do with it, I turn around and use what I need to pay things. But mainly what I do is I take that money that I make from buying and selling gold, and I turn around and buy silver from the mint. So I take and store my wealth in silver. Now, I don't buy silver from the public because I can't make any money buying silver from the public. There's no, it's the cost of an ounce of silver. It would take truckloads, purchase truckloads for me to make money buying silver from the public. I'll buy gold from the public. I help my customers unlike anybody else because whenever somebody brings me gold, I make them an offer. They need cash, but they're losing their wealth storage when they do that, and I don't like to see them do that. I'd rather them not sell their gold. I'd rather them really hang on to it. So I will take and say, okay, look, I will purchase your gold half cash and half bullion in the form of like silver eagles. So there's my enterprise that I do to create instant cash. Not everybody can do that. You have to have the money available and the understanding of the gold and silver market in order to be able to do that. So online, I am learning how to use the tools and methods that Total Takeover has in the back office to be able to take my offline efforts purchasing gold into the internet marketing place. And let me just read you something. This is kind of long, so bear with me. One of our life changers with Total Takeover, his name is Chris Hanschmidt. Chris Hanschmidt, kudos to you, Chris. I want y'all to listen to this post. Let me see how well my reading abilities are. Bear with me. It's kind of long, but it's good. Hey, everyone. Get fired up. Dave, Wallace, and Val are burning the midnight oil for us. No, I don't have surveillance cameras set up or anything like that, LOL. But I know that they're busting it to make this thing great. He's talking about Total Takeover. A couple of months ago, I was having some serious doubts right after jumping on board. I had never heard of Dave and Wallace. I figured it would have been realistic to expect they were just regular MLM junkies trying to pull off some sham. After all, they were promoted as dominating the leaderboards in every opportunity they were in, unquote. To me, that sounded like mumbo-jumbo marketing doublespeak and MLM junkie-type focus and commitment. Then I stumbled across a year-old leaderboard screenshot on Facebook for a particular MLM company. My jaw dropped as I saw that Dave Lear was number 9 and Wallace Nunes was number 35 on that leaderboard. Then I looked back 9 months to recall what Val Smith had just accomplished in his previous venture, which I had been a part of, but had not produced anything. He had taken that division of the company from nothing to tens of thousands of distributors. There are two kinds of, he calls them Frankfurters, quote, people. He's calling people Frankfurters, okay? There are two kinds of Frankfurters, people, in the MLM industry: hot dogs and weenies. I realized which one I had become. Still, weeniness. That's a new term in network marketing now. Weeniness. Do you have weeniness? Okay, I'll continue. Still, weeniness was kind of hard to overcome. I left Total Takeover for almost a month thinking this is going nowhere. I mean, look at what's in the back office. It's whenever it first come out, and what's there is, you know, about to evolve. So he's reporting on that. I managed to shed the last vestiges of my winningness and rejoin the company. This happened even before I learned of the enhancements that were about to take place, and when I heard about them, I was overjoyed. And to the value and cut the investment, they're going to add to the value and cut the investment in half, or the price in half. It's not an investment, but a lot of people think of it that way. They're going to add to the value and cut the price in half. I excitedly yelled onto my phone during the leaders' call that I attended, "That's brilliant!" I knew once again that I had made the right decision to plant myself here at Total Takeover. I didn't even really waste any time recalling how I had been a weenie just a few short weeks before. Some of you are looking in the back office right now and still thinking, what have I got to place my faith into here at Total Takeover? But here is my suggestion to you. This is Chris talking to everyone. My suggestion to you and to myself, if I feel that weeniness coming back, I've got a feeling that this is going to be big, huge. Just a gut feeling, mind you, but one that is backed up with the supporting information that I described above. I've seen the hearts of the founders on Hangouts, and I know what they are speaking to us from that special place. I looked at Dave Lear's implacable face and realized that he too is someone who has gone through mountains of pain and is committed to helping those of us who have traveled the same path, desperately seeking answers and solutions. I've listened to Val Smith say over and over on the presentations that it is time for all of us to become hot dogs and stop thinking like weenies. No more microwave marketing. No more get-rich-quick mentality. No more something for nothing. Not another day should we think with an entitlement perspective. The world owes us nothing. Total Takeover owes us nothing, but is in the process of giving us everything. Keep the faith and the fight, and fight the good fight. Keep the faith and fight the good fight, and we will all have victory. See you at the top. That was from Chris Hasmett. Thank you, Chris. So here's my deal.
You muted out. You muted out.
Okay, sorry about somehow that happened. Oh, that was my my chair is right here by my keyboard, and sometimes it hits it. There's two kinds of companies that start out. There's the company where the officers are concerned about the commerce, and then there's the company where the officers are concerned about the company and the marketers and the customers. So the commerce is cool and all, and making the money is cool and all. But so many times people put a company together and they'll throw it out there, and if it needs tweaking, they're like, oh, that didn't work. I want to do something different. Or if it doesn't serve them better, it serves the marketer better, but it's kind of slow on the back end for them to accumulate the money. That's bad commerce as far as they're concerned, and it's not worthy of their time and their effort to spend. What we have here at Total Takeover are officers that are concerned about the company and the marketer and the customer. and they're doing what they have to do to make everything work to fit the market. So they've listened to the market. That's different. And so I guess my message is this. You know, if you want to go to the moon, do you want to wait until the rocket's miles in the air and go and meet it with some sort of aircraft, a jet plane or something, and crawl out with all of that pressure from all of that speed and get into the rocket after it's already in flight, a couple of miles up? Or would you rather be on the rocket in the hangar as they're moving it out to the launch pad, or be on the launch pad while they're warming up the engines, or about to warm up the engines, and get on the rocket and be in there and wait? And wait. And wait until the countdown. We haven't even launched yet. The countdown hasn't happened yet. Launch day hasn't happened yet. We've only been warming up the engines. We've been getting all of the packages that need to go into the rocket in place. We've been getting fuel ready for the rocket. We haven't even got all the fuel on board yet. The engines haven't even started yet. All we've been doing is turning on the heaters in the different rooms that everybody's working in order to not freeze while we're building this situation in the launch pad. The rocket's there, but we've got to get it ready to go. And when it's ready to go, do you want to be on that rocket? That's where I want to be. You know, all I have to do in network marketing online to be successful is find a vehicle that has the right drivers, the right officers with integrity, be in the vehicle and strapped up and buckled up and hang on real tight. So that's where I am with Total Takeover. And I implore you to be involved the same way. Get in Total Takeover and get strapped in tight. You can join for pretty much free right now. You can get pre-registered, or you can take a free test drive at the moment. And then whenever it's time to launch, things are going to look a lot different. They're going to feel a lot different, because everything that's being done here is done by people that know what's going on and have sensitivity to the market. Sensitivity to the market is something that we've learned. Carl's just talked about this. Rob just talked about this. Jones just talked about this. Being flexible and able to change as the market changes is what we're doing here. And I'm telling you, you're going to see something wild with Total Takeover very soon. That's about all I have, Carl. I appreciate your time.
Awesome. Well, thanks for all that. Thanks for reading Chris's thing there, because you know what? That pretty much is telling the story here. You know, these guys that are running this company here really do have us in the forefront. Their thought pattern is all about creating success stories. Okay. Now, you know, we've had a lot of people saying, you know, they don't communicate, they don't do this. But you know what? These are guys that are not your typical company owners. They are guys that are leader-driven guys. Okay, there's company owners who kind of sit back and just run the company, and then there's leaders who are out there finding the solutions they need to blow up the incomes. Okay, so these guys are kind of a combination of both. They're guys that this is their first kick at the cat of running a company. So, you know, I personally had to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, there was a lot of things that I questioned, just like Chris, just like everybody else has questioned. But now it's all coming together. I mean, you know, I've had a few text chats with Dave and with Wallace and with Val, and you know, I know what's happening. You know, they've come to I guess a corporate decision that what they have put together was not impactful enough. They know that. They've realized that. So what they have done is they've gone out to get everything professionally enhanced. Product-wise, look-wise, presentation-wise, everything. Okay? And that's going to be the difference from what you saw in Total Takeover in the past few months, okay, to what you're going to see in the coming months. You know, I've talked about this before with companies that I was in, such as, you know, Empower Network. When I first joined with them, okay, they had all kinds of problems, and I just didn't want to face those problems. I was one of these guys whose ego was kind of out of control, and that just, you know what, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. And you know what? 90% of the people out there have that attitude. I have since changed that a long time ago. You know, so I walked away from Empower Network right at the very beginning, okay, thinking that, you know what, this company is going to die. Everything shows disaster, okay? And then a year later, I come back and take a look, and I go, man, what a friggin' mistake did I make, okay? You know, I talked to my sponsor, and he just told me, he says, I told you to wait. I told you to wait. I told you to have patience, and you didn't. You know, and by the time I rejoined him, a year later, he was already in the $500,000 club. Okay? In 1 year. He went through the trials and tribulations and the problems in the first 6 months that they had in their struggle. Every company has that. Every company. Whether it's network marketing, whether it's brick and mortar, every company has that. I don't know of a company today that was in the black in their first year. Most were always in the red. I know, I had a business, I was in the red. What does that mean? That means that I was running in the negative. So it was costing me money every single month for my first year. Actually, for my first 18, 19 months. And then my business finally turned around and started being profitable. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take 18, 19 months for that to happen here. We're in a different scenario online, okay? What I'm trying to tell you is that there are growing pains in a business. If you are looking for the perfect business, now's your time to leave the internet because they don't exist, okay? Now's your time to just go get a job someplace and settle, because perfect businesses don't exist. The perfect business is still waiting there, because here's the issue with network marketing. The people in general demand too much, too quick, and that's why perfect businesses can never blossom. Okay?
Can I just bring out a
When you
point?
have high turnover, hang on a sec. When you have high turnover in a company, okay, high turnover, and every company online has experienced that. Every single one of them, and they will forever and ever and ever. Like Amway, like Herbalife, like Melaleuca, like all these ones that have been around for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, they still have it. And they will forever. And that's because, it's not because they're not a great company, it's because the mentality of the people, okay? That's where the failure is. The failure is in the people, not in the companies, in the most part, okay? Just like Total Takeover, okay? This company here, in the direction that they're going right now, I mean, you know what? I wasn't for it, and I'll be honest with you. I wasn't for what they were going to do at first. And then I sat back, I thought about everything, and then the light bulb came on. What they're doing is brilliant. Providing more value for less. What did I talk about when we first started this hangout today? I talked about value. Okay? People have no problem spending money when they know they're buying value. Okay? I don't care what the price is. People say, oh, the price is always the issue. It's not the price. It's the value. You know, there are people who need vacuum cleaners. Okay? People that need vacuum cleaners. I'm going to use this. This is the oldest sales thing that has been around for 100 years. Okay? The vacuum salesman. Okay? People need value. Okay? They have no problem spending money. When a Kirby guy comes to your door selling a $2,500 vacuum cleaner or a $3,500 vacuum cleaner, and then you have Walmart that sells it for $175. Okay? Here's the difference. What you look at is what the value you're getting. On a Kirby vacuum, you get like a 30-year or a lifetime warranty on it, okay? But it costs $3,500. The suction power might be 100 times better than your average Walmart vacuum. But the value is that they replace parts and everything like that for 30 years, whatever it is. The Walmart vacuum that you buy, or wherever it is, Canadian Tire, Walmart, whatever it is, I'm just saying your average when you go there and pay $179, you go in there and it gives you like a one-year warranty, okay? That's what you get. Now here's what I can tell you as an IT guy, okay? Here's what I can tell you. Anything that you buy that is reliant on electricity, on motors, on circuit boards, or anything that you buy today, okay, they fail in their second to third year, which is outside the warranty period. That's why when you go to buy a computer or you go to buy anything, people say, would you like the warranty, the extended warranty for 2 to 3 years? Everybody says no. Everybody, not everybody, but I'll say 90, 95% say no. And what happens? In year 2, their vacuum blows up. So who got the better deal? The person who spent $175 at Walmart or the person that bought the $3,500 Kirby? You see, the point I'm making is, if you are providing more value than the dollar is, it doesn't matter what the price is. People will pay the price. They will find a way to pay the price. I have sold programs everywhere from $5 to $10,000, and I've made sales on both ends. Okay? It all depends on what you're getting for your money. Okay? So, okay, Joan, I'm kind of off that, but I needed to get that out because a lot of people do not value the money that don't understand. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but they don't spend their money according to the value, I guess. Over to you.
Well, I sort of forget now because what I was going to say is sort of redundant at the moment. That's okay. I didn't want to interrupt your whole train of thought. It was just one little gem I wanted to put in there. Anyway, one of the things that I've noticed on the news lately, remember when Tim Hortons and McDonald's were going strong? They were the top of the line when it came to fast foods and coffee. Then all of these other companies like Wendy's and even other places started to have dark roast coffee that tasted maybe even a little bit better than Tim Hortons. And then you had Wendy's, not Wendy's, but another company come out, A&W, with a hamburger that was considered to be top of the line because of its ingredients being more natural. And then I noticed on the news that Tim Hortons was starting to lose a little bit of their ground, and also so was McDonald's, to the point where McDonald's is about 35% less in profit this year, and they're closing 150 stores. And also Tim Hortons is bringing in a different line of product, and they're making some changes. Why? Why is this happening? Why can't things stay the same? It's because, as Carl said, people want value for their money. So they're going to go and even spend a little bit more to get that value. And this is why wherever you go, you're looking for value. And this is what I see in Total Takeover. And I really admire these three men because they recognized there was a problem. They had a lot of people that signed up and was ready to go, but when the people got inside and looked, they thought, the value is not here. It's just not what it was trumped up to be. I'm disappointed. I'm leaving. So they put their heads together and they reevaluated everything, and they decided, look, we're not offering the value that we should be offering, and people see it. And so people are not going to stay. Why? Because for what they were offering, the cost was far too much. Because you could go online and get any information you wanted that Total Takeover was offering. So why pay $89.95 for it? It just did not make sense, and they realized that. So what did they do? They sat down with a sharp pencil, and they decided, if we're going to make this work, we're going to have to change our strategy. We're going to have to give people value for their buck. And this is exactly what they're doing. I feel very confident being in this company, because what I see is I see a company with leaders who have integrity. I see people that have made it to the top. Val and Dave and Wallace, they're there, but they are willing to make concessions so that the ones that are really working hard in Total Takeover can get there too. And the value is there, and now people will have a reason for joining Total Takeover, launching with us, because they know that they're getting a lot for their buck. And they're going to be able to utilize that because they're going to be able to become better networkers online because of the value that's in the back office. So this is what makes me very pleased to be with this company, because I see the integrity there, and I see what they're trying to do to make all of us be able to profit from being with this company and profit from the value that the company is going to be offering us.
Absolutely. And the new stuff they're bringing in, like I said, on the last Hangout, it has me excited. Being that I've been a blogger for many, many years, and I have many blogs that are out there, they're bringing in their own blogging system. And, blogging will create you massive sales if you know what you're doing properly. Okay? And, having all the right stuff, they're looking at the everything that they need, the SEO factor that they need for these blogs, everything. Okay? Which is really exciting that they're actually looking at a 2015 ready system. Okay? Not just with that, but with software that they're going to be providing and everything else. I think they're having software developed actually for this, which will put them, again, ahead of the game, and all of us ahead of the game, because of the quality of products that they're going to be enhancing in the back of the system. The streamlining that they're doing, the hiring of professionals, professional ad writers, professional designers, professional spokespeople, all that kind of stuff makes a huge difference on the way that a company looks, partakes, and commits, right, to everybody that's within there, both the customer base and the affiliate base, because now it becomes more of a business, okay, more of a business. Whereas sometimes with companies you join them and it's like, okay, we have products here, but I don't see the business model. A lot of people, I don't see the business model. And I'll be honest with you, when Total Takeover first came out, I had a totally different vision of what it was. And when I saw it, it was like it was there, but the business wasn't. I couldn't see the business. And I think a lot of people saw that. And again, this is something that happens in development. That's why they call it development, okay? A company develops as it grows. And now, since January to now, okay, we're talking 5 months now almost, from January to now, it's taken them development to get to where they are. when you see what happens out of this, this is the 5-month period that I told you about that I walked away from in Empower Network, which would have put me in a totally different financial position today. You know, had I stayed there, I would probably be close to a millionaire today with that. But now I have a second opportunity. Okay? Because I didn't throw in the towel like everybody else did. I didn't throw my arms up in the air like I would have done years ago and say, oh, this is just a joke or whatever. I stayed, and Andrew stayed, and Joan stayed, and Rob stayed, and Val stayed, and Dave stayed, and Val Wallace, and whoever else stayed. We stayed. Okay? Because we see the value that's here. And now, with the added value, the enhanced value, why would you leave? I mean, this is what I don't get with a lot of people. Their egos were just like mine a few years ago, where they think, oh, well, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Well, of course you don't see it, because we're in development. When we launch, that's when you see. And even still then, there's still going to be some baby steps we're going to go along. But if you throw in the towel before then, you can't blame anybody. You can't blame Total Takeover, saying, oh, they were a sham, they didn't work. No, the company hasn't even launched yet. You threw in the towel before the towel should have been thrown in. Okay?
It's like when you, a woman and a man have their first baby. They have all sorts of ideals of what that baby's going to be like when he grows up. And their heart and their dreams and their focus is on that baby. But if they don't do the necessary things as a parent to direct that child in the right way so that he will develop into the adult that they want him to be, it's just a waste of time. And so with Total Takeover, they want to develop their baby into what they see it's going to be in the future. And so as a result, they've had to make changes in their development. They've had to nurture things and get it to a point where it would be smooth sailing to where they want to be. So it was a baby when it started. It was an idea. Those ideas had to be developed. There had to be changes in the process, just like there is with a child. When a child goes off on its own and you realize, no, that's not the right way to go, you pull them back and you redirect them. That's exactly what Total Takeover has done. And in doing so, they've got, when this is born, when this is launched, it will be something that will be a benefit to all of us, and it still is going to have changes as it grows and as it gets bigger, and more things will be brought in to enhance the program, but it will be on solid ground to move forward at launch time, and that's what we're all waiting for.
Yep, I agree. Now here's one thing that I want, that I'm just going to recommend, okay? There are two gentlemen alive today that were millionaire and billionaire, okay? One was Steve Jobs, and the other one is Mark Zuckerberg, okay? Like them, hate them, I don't care. I'm just telling you that these are two guys that were hell-bent on creating the ultimate company, the ultimate solution, okay? Steve Jobs went through hell, and again, he's a guy who had a big ego, okay? Mark Zuckerberg, same thing, big ego. But the point is that both of these guys grew companies from nothing to billions, okay? I recommend that you go and watch the movie Facebook, and you go and watch the movie Jobs. And if you've seen the movie, great. watch it again. This time, watch it with an open mind. Watch what they do to develop what they have. You know, I actually feel for Steve Jobs. You know, he's passed away and has actually missed the one thing that he was trying to create from the beginning, which has come to what it is now. You know, today was one of the biggest days in all of Apple's history, creating an actual digital watch. Okay? That was history making today that came out. And all of this happens because you don't give up on a dream. You keep going and you keep producing until the dream comes true. And then when it happens, do it again. This is why there are so small amount, the amount of successful people is in the 1 to 3%. And that is absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Okay? Now that 1 to 3% still equates to around 10 million successful millionaires plus on the planet. But why isn't there more? Nobody has to give up. Nobody ever has to give up. All you need to do is find the route around that roadblock you hit. That's what I do. That's what Joan does. That's what Andrew does. And Rob and everybody else who is still here today, who has not quit, has not given up on anything. And believe me, Total Takeover has had its challenges. But we still see the ultimate vision. And now we're seeing more of it because of what's coming. But until you stay the path and you keep going through, knowing that you can get to where you want to be, just find yourself a way around the roadblock. Quitting and trying to find a different company or something to take you there is not the solution. You know what that's doing? That's taking you from where you are now back to the starting line. That's what you're doing. You're going from where you are now back to the starting line. Everything that you've done, if you've been here for the 5 months like we have, and you quit, you got to go back to the beginning and wait for the start gun to go, and then you get to start all over again. Is that what you really want to do? That's what everybody seems to do out there. So, you know, I've thought long and hard about this myself over the past 30 days, maybe a little longer. And my thought was, what the heck can I do to bring my business and turn my business around? Because like everybody else, just like you, I see my business and Total Takeover, you know, deteriorate. People leaving because they just don't have the guts to find a way around the roadblock. It's easier for them to quit and go someplace else. Just like I did 3 years ago in Empire Network. And where did that get me? Nowhere. When I decided to go back and stay the course, I had a great year. I had a great year after that. Okay? Why am I here and not there? I didn't say that. Okay? You see, when you learn to stay the course in things, that's where this multiple income stream can come into play. I'm in a few programs. Okay? Why am I in a couple of programs? Because I have figured out the mathematical sequence to run multiple businesses. Most people don't know how to do that. They think they just go out and join 5 or 10 different businesses and one of them is going to produce. When in actual fact, most of them don't. Maybe none of them. Because it's not about joining programs. It's about how to manage your time, how to provide value, and how to bring them all together into one solid unit until you learn to accept the fact that you've got to find a vision and work that vision. You don't give up. You don't quit. You don't walk away and say this can never be done because you don't know it. You don't know if the last thing you left was going to make you a millionaire. You have no idea because you quit and you left. You couldn't make this. You have no idea if this is going to make you a millionaire.
You have to have a system. And if you don't have a system, you're just spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. I've been in network marketing for 25 years, and I can attest to that. You have to have a system, and you have to work it.
Well, it's not necessarily a system. A system is always good to have in place. Like what I'm talking about is, and like I'm doing with you, Joan, is that we're putting into order a sequence of events that need to be done on a daily basis. You can call it a system, whatever it is. You know, I have a hard time calling it a system. It's a systematic way of doing things.
Exactly.
But it's a systematic
way. You're all over the board. You're not
system.
doing things systematically.
Yeah.
And that's what a person needs to do to be successful.
They do, absolutely. And you know, I'm not here to preach to anybody or anything. I mean, you all know where I'm going with this, okay? The point I'm trying to make is that, like many of you out there, and probably you guys here on the panel, you know, I used to be that program jumper, you know? I would get in something, oh, that didn't work. I get in something, and that didn't work. I got in something, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That was the problem. I didn't know what I was doing.
Neither did I.
So I got coaching. And I went to the people who knew what they were doing. I only listened to people who were making more than 5 figures, or who were making 5 figures or more a month. If they weren't doing that, they didn't know. Those people didn't know what the hell they were doing. Especially if they've been online for 5 or 10 years, and they're still only making, you know, 4 figures a month. It's like, well, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You know, all the people that I went and learned from, believe me, today, they're high, like mid to high 5-figure earners and 6- and 7-figure earners per year. I don't want to learn from mediocre people. I want to learn from people who know how to make money. Okay? I will spend the money to get coached by those kind of people. I have, and I still do. I'm not telling you to go out and spend thousands on. The whole point of my whole conversation here is that you need to understand who you are. And until you do, you're going to spin the wheels for the rest of your life. You've got to understand who you are, and then you've got to follow your path. You have to believe in your path. If you can't believe in your path, if you're questioning it at every single angle, and the questions are, well, I think I'll try it. Or I'll try this for 30 days. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'll try it. These are non-confidential thought patterns, okay? And those are not going to make you any money. You don't try anything. You do it. And until you do it, I have no idea if you'll ever make money. Ever. Whether it's Total Takeover or any other business that you figure you got to go to because this didn't work. You have no idea if this works. The reason you think things are not working for you is because you haven't done it. You haven't gone out there and done it. Okay? And understand what I mean by done it. That means that you've gone and you have exhausted every single resource that you can possibly think of to go and get past that barrier that's blocking you. That means talk to anybody who's got experience and say, look, how do I get around this? Well, this is one of the reasons, this is one of the things that I did to get around that. I was there once yourself, so try this. If it doesn't work, find someone else. Say, look, this is where I'm at. How do I get around this? Exhaust every single avenue you possibly can. And when you've done that, then quit. But I'll guarantee you that you will never, ever quit, because you will find that one person who will help you get around that barrier. They're out there. YouTube videos. People that are online here. Okay? Anyone on the panel here. Anyone else on other panels. In your other businesses, whatever. Somebody has the answer. So until you've exhausted all of your resources, don't make the mistake I did and walk away from something that would have made me a millionaire. I'm not walking away from this. People think, oh, Carl, you're off doing other things. Of course I'm off doing other things. I always go off doing other things. Have I left this? No. Not at all. Am I still promoting this? Yes. When they launch, you can still promote? You better believe it. I've already got my campaigns ready, locked, and loaded to go. Okay? Any final comments from the panel on this? Sorry I talked so much today. We good to go? Okay. Everyone, thanks for listening to me again today. Thanks, Stone. Thanks, Andrew, for your participation. And Rob, wherever you are, thanks for your participation. And guess what? We're going to be back here next Friday, and Andrew's going to tell you how. Over to you.
All aboard! The train's about to leave the station. Do you want to run down the track and jump on, or do you want to go up the steps and get situated right now? That's the question. Get back with the person who invited you to watch this video, or if you're watching live, to attend this Hangout live, and get your Total Takeover product into your belt. Get in the ship, get in the rocket, get in the train, and get buckled in, because you're in for a wild ride. I'm Andrew Morgan in Waco, Texas. This has been the Total Takeover Hangout. We want you to subscribe to our channel. There should be a button below this video, or up there, over there somewhere. Or you can go to ttoradio.info. ttoradio.info, and all the information you need to participate is there, including the subscribe button. Right now, we're not taking calls. Whenever we're ready to take calls live, we will announce that on air. So from this point forward, as we have different segments we want to have live interaction, we'll call for live interaction, and then so that you'll have the number available. It's there on ttoradio.info. Always remember, it takes leaders with a vision to lead people with a dream. Have a great day, and we'll see you next Friday.